Hello there. All right, let's get this going. I've got a problem with one of my lights again, so I'm just troubleshooting that as well, just while we get going here. I'm doing all right, Aranya. How about yourself? Let me just shut this down. There we go. I need to set that up in a better way because right now, that intro or that final track that plays, it opens a media source. Like it opens the LLC player. And it just takes so long between like muting the audio, like the rest of the intro music to that. It's just a little bit funky, innit? It's like a couple of seconds of silence while the app's loading up. I feel like I need to just get it smoothed out a little. Alright, just waiting for this. Just topped out random toxin and points to vowed. Let's get my words right. You've just top deck random toxin and bounced a void into your hand last turn. That is actually quite good. I mean, one thing I would like is if ever I could get a random Cersei and do that. You know, whenever you play Cersei, it feels like you never get the opportunity to do things like that. But whenever, you know, I'd love the chance to just do that because someone threw it my way kind of thing, you know. Never seems to happen deliberately. Like, if you play Sentry, it feels like you're always sort of, people see that you're going to do something like that. Yeah. It's a bit like the old Sakaar thing, you know, put a random card here, it may as well be put Shang-Chi here. I don't think they've ever clarified Sakaar, but I would like to know that. There's no priority, is there? My impression of that location is that both cards reveal at the same time, so therefore they can't, like a Shang-Chi cannot go second and destroy kind of thing. Either there or it's random. And it just feels like that. Okay, how are you doing? District X. The person who makes videos, I would rather not that. But, yeah, that's just me. Ella? Hello there. How you doing? Let's see. Is this going to kick in anytime soon? Yeah, I don't get that one, but I was like, I'll say hello. Alright, well, come on. I'm waiting for this to load. Taking forever. I don't want to click on the game because it'll minimize all this and then I won't be able to see it. Yeah, I'm on. Well, there's one thing. If I win on my main account today, I get back into Kaiba 1 for the off-season. That should be a good little incentive to win. I haven't really had too much planning time, but if it's anything like what we're predicting, it is possible. Alright, bear with me a second, just gotta pop some numbers in. Let's try that. Try and force this along. It only irritates me because it was working the other day. I've not used my PC much over the weekend, if at all. Alright, scratch that, I did use it a bit yesterday. But I don't know why the light suddenly goes, alright, I'm going to cause issues now. The trouble with it being very Wi-Fi dependent. 41, that's very decent. I mean, I can't remember what we're getting at the moment, but it's not that much. I think it might be 29. Actually, that's funny timing. My TB officers just put this plan out. 30 stars are projected. And we have just had a little boost in GP. We've gone up 7 million. No, I'm not a TP officer. I'm essentially just someone who floats around. Although I do try to do some like Utils based stuff, just see if I can help with efficiency there. TB, I actually don't mind. It takes time, but I don't mind it. Honestly, right now, I feel like TW is probably the one that I don't engage in TW. I mean, Conquest I don't like, but I do engage with it. But TW, I just don't put any effort in. I do put my defenses down. If I get a call to attack, I'll always answer, but you know, the rewards to me are neither here nor there. You know, I get a droid brain, great. I get 5 droid brains, great. You know, I don't do enough Relic 9s to really need them. I mean, if you're at the top end of the game, then I understand. It's like, it is going to be big for you, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe if I restarted the app, maybe that would do it. Yeah, TW Omicrons, I wouldn't say they put me off, but it's certainly something that I'm not overly eager to be applying willy-nilly. You know, again, if my guild said, right, we're going to try and go for a really intense wall of, say, I don't know, geos for argument's sake, then yeah, I'd put an Omicron aside for it. I am a team player, but I don't really want to be doing it just for the sake of doing it, which I have done before. You know, I put on Omicrons for Skifgard Lando and Embo. And even though it's good because when I have me put Kotal on defense, they do something, it still feels a little bit odd. You know, just for the fact I barely, you know, I don't really interact with them, they're always on defense. Geonosis felt quicker by comparison, I will say that. I mean, I think it is the downside with Rote that it's got that many phases now that well, I say that many phases, but each phase takes so long that unless you're at only the last few days, it feels like you just do very little. The first few days are very intense. Right, I'm going to just shove this over here a minute. That way I can see it. Yeah, maybe that's where I've got rose-tinted glasses on. I mean, I have got the dark side of my head there. Osprey was a sub. Thank you very much, man. Hope you're doing alright. Oh, just having lighting issues, so just try and fix them. Might as well get into Bleat at this rate. There you go, 2 for the price of 1 Osprey. Ooh, at least we haven't got too much to do here. No one I particularly want to hit here, though. That's a bummer. Have to be Rose. Yeah, my light is just not talking to my PC. Oh, no, it doesn't. I got excited for a second. Yeah, by and large, that's how it is for me. There's a few been douchebags to people in my shard, and after that, it's mainly just whoever's convenient. On my main account, it's pretty much just climb. There's like one person ahead of me, I think, but I can't remember who they are, so I just try and not climb on my main until the last hour. That way it's pretty much a guarantee it's my time. Yeah, I've had that bot before, but I've not enabled it recently. It was pinging me all the bloody time. There's a point when it just gets irritating. Because there's always someone who's going to be hitting you. Well, that's how it felt anyway. Okay, so we'll be 5th there. That means 1 battle. That's not too bad. Could do with just checking where Tammin is. Is it bad that I actually like this RNG, where Dimmertog self-destructs and then you get these 2 out? It feels nice having Sith Fighter being able to hit under protection, and then you've got all of these stacks on the Mark 6. I mean, obviously if I'm playing manual, I probably would just reinforce Mark 6, but it's still kind of neat. Overkill, but neat. Like that, it didn't need to do a kill shot when it was at 47. Yeah, exactly. It'd be faster on manual. That's the price for going full auto. Right, it's just gonna go a bit dark for a minute. These are the kind of techie issues that annoy me. It's when I've not done anything. Or, you know, when I haven't needed to do anything. It's not like there's a software update or something, you know. Actually, back. Identify. You see, I click on identify and the light should flash. That's how it works. It's like, who's there, and the light flashes. So for some reason, it's just not responding. Even then, it disappeared, didn't it? Just while it's doing that. Alright, we've got a bit to do on Tammin. Let's try again. I'm gonna have to copy cut paste this instead of typing it. Oh. Oh, hang on, that is a way I could try this. Sorry, bear with me. I am sort of making this up as I go along here. Just remember, there is an app on here. And you can set it up that way. T-Max. Championship round, you were somehow facing someone without Glattal Balin. Wow. That is definitely good luck. I don't think I've faced someone without them for probably since week 1, or just, no, midway week 2. Definitely been a while. Alright, so it's the light's looking for my Wi-Fi. Very entertaining, I know this. Hey, is it done it? Or is it just teasing me again? You face someone with almost the same GP, same GLs, and less mods. Wow. I mean, considering your knowledge of kits, that's definitely a disadvantage to them. That's how I view it with you, Osprey. You've got the knowledge to actually punch up. You know, so anyone trying to punch up to you, they've got to know more. Or have more. Ooh. Did bounce again. Yeah, this is irritating. You got an 1827 with a drop. You also forgot to use Bane. I have just jotted down a plan based on what my opponents have done recently. And one of them, I did actually neglect Bane. So I was thinking, do I force him in? I have put him in. But it is weird having that thought of, do I actually leave Bane out? I'm pretty sure it was one without Queen Amidala. I'm sure there's something I ended up choosing to do with him. I get the feeling it's just going to give me another no message here. It's the weight that makes you think it. You know, if it works, you expect it to be like that. Right, we've got 2 minutes on the clock here, by the way. I'll go back to it, though. If Tema can get back into Kaiba 1 this off-season, it'd be a nice little week or so where I get a little crystal boost, so I'm open for that. And something I keep forgetting to put on Crimson's plan is that I have got Qui-Gon on offense at the moment. I keep forgetting it because I never have him there. So I'm going to have to start remembering it so that if I need to do a Qui-Gon counter, I've got it. Oh, hang on. Light did drop then. Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark. This is not great. You didn't get to use Starkiller, Trey, Qui-Gon, and Night Sisters. I mean, 2 out of them are surprising. Hey up, Freddy, how you doing? Yeah, the light's vanished again. I can't even see it now. Almost won. You had a guy with twice the GP than you. Lost 340, 370. I'm curious what that is. Was that maybe 1340 to 1370? Or is it just that you both couldn't clear a wall? Fair play, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like Leia, she's still obviously a nuisance, but because Ahsoka's come along, it feels like Ahsoka's the new badness. Like, whenever I was plotting what to do, I was thinking, right, I need to save Slacker for Ahsoka. Sorry, I was thinking I needed to save Leia for Ahsoka. And it's one of those where it's like, ideally you want Leia on defense, but you kind of need to put your best counters on offense, don't you? Alright, let's do that. Yeah, if I'm right, did you say you were in Chromium, was it? I remember you telling me, I think you were about, was it 5 mil GP? Or am I mixing someone up from the other day? Bronzium 2, wow. Might have been a little bit different. Yeah, I remember the 5 mil. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. But yeah, I'm going to say, Ahsoka's down there would be a bit of a surprise, but not the biggest thing I've ever been shot by. Fingers crossed for you, you don't see them. You'd like to think that is exclusively for the tryhards. Alright, at this rate, I'm going to have to turn the light on above me. I haven't reinforced yet, have I? Oh, I have. Cool. That is definitely solid. I mean, I'm guessing Gas Relic they're either got or working on Lord Vader. Well, I'm surprised at Relic 9 JMK though, unless they're going for Ahsoka. Okay. Yeah, I mean, GG's for you for getting through the JML battle. I've not done that recently. I've had the EBGBs over it, but for that reason, well done. If you're going first, it's not too bad. If you go second, it gets a bit muddy. Alright, let's log in Tammin. I'm just going to give this light one more go. Just test my sanity once more. Your round 2 was a 13 million opponent with no clue how to mod, a bunch of tunes with broken sets. I mean, I'm not against broken sets in principle. It's if it's all broken sets, that's when it's like... Not to mention if it's like, oh yeah, I've got like offense on JMK, like, why are you doing that? It is a problem, but it's not like the biggest problem is my point. This is the thing, it's in certain instances, I should say, I don't mind it. I'm not saying I do it myself, but like say you can get a set speed on a character, but you have to break mod sets, it's worth it, isn't it? You know, and that set speed gets you a counter that you need. It all depends if you need the secondary mod set. Like take, for instance, B1 Battle Droid. They needed 280 speed back in the day and you need 10k offense. If you got an offense set and you got the speed and the offense mods, but you drop speed because you put in a 2 set, you don't really need it, do you? Yeah, I mean, if you haven't got the primary mod set, then yeah, that's just bad. I'm talking more about edge cases than anything. Oh, we got it. We got it. Yeah, finish. I think we got it. It was saying we got it. Let me interact with it. Hey, we got light. Right. My irritation is over. Okay. You shouldn't be breaking the speed set in one with mods. No speed is probably better to get the bonus. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying you should. It's just one of those where you obviously want the 4 speeds, right? I'm not saying you don't. My point is, it's better to have, say you have 4 speed mods and then an offense and a crit damage mod, and you get 360 speed. Or you have 4 speed and health, but you get 340 speed. That's the kind of situation I'm talking about, where broken mods, if you've got a full mod set and then a broken set, that's not bad. It's when it's all broken. Yeah, I get it. That's when it's bad. Okay, let's get this fleet climb wrapped up. Okay. He's 10. Let's get that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that BKM does make sense. That almost feels like someone's just putting slapdash mods on. You know, they haven't been told about you need 4 and 2s or 2-2-2s. Alright, pop that there, full auto. Some songs on here I've heard a few times and I'm just like, I do love them. There's nothing too special. Like, they're all copyright free and all that, but they do have a good little vibe to them. I'm a little bit bummed on Crimson, by the way. I didn't show it because I was just trying to get between my accounts, but I got Old Daka to Rallic 7 yesterday. So I've got 4 of the OG Night Sisters now at R7. And it's one of those situations where you're like, why did Conquest and PB have to be this week? Like, couldn't they have just been like a couple of weeks later? It's that sad feeling of, alright, now I've got to wait a bit again. Plus, it also dawned on me on my main account last TB, even though I got a Night Sister team at Rallic 7, I couldn't use them on the Night Sister CM because I haven't got Merrin at R7, so I need to take her off. Oh well. It is a little bit irritating, to be fair. It's why I focus on the chat when I'm doing it. I'd rather, you know, just let it do its thing rather than watching it. When you think, when I'm doing GA, I always play it manual. I mean, I think if you watch it, if you full auto it in GAC, you're just costing yourself banners, aren't you? Then I haven't seen many Leviathans on defense in GAC where I've needed to do it. You know, normally if I've got a Leviathan on defense, there's also an Executor. Okay. I mean, I haven't seen the stats, but I would wager Executor is the most placed ship fleet right now. I wouldn't be able to guess what's second though. Maybe Leviathan, but I couldn't say for certain. There's Caloran. I'm trying to remember what I was working on. Oh, that was it. I took Mob Enforcer up. Yeah, Mob Enforcer got to R5 for the Datacron. There they are. I knew I'd been working on something recently. And I've done Nest to R5 as well, so both their Datacrons should be usable for a bit. Gives me options next 5v5. Hey up drafts. Yeah, Stoke won. Stoke won. It was one of the most tense matches to listen along to that I've had in some time. It definitely makes me wish I could go to matches more often, because at least watching it you're able to shout and scream at them and hope they'll do something. Whereas there's not much point doing that at home. So yeah, at least we won. Oh, you lost your GA to a 1.9. Yeah, we won at the weekend against Cardiff after drawing with Luton. So we are, I think we're 18th. Yeah, we're 18th right now. It's very tight down at the bottom. I mean, if we'd have lost to Cardiff, we'd have been where they are. But, yeah, we got a nice little gap now of 5 points. We've still got to play Derby. I think we've... Oh, I'm struggling to remember now. We got to play Hull. I don't think we have we? I think we've played Hull. No, that's it. We play Wednesday, Leeds, Sheffield United, and then Derby last day of the season. So yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday aren't that far ahead. But then Sheffield United and Leeds, you know, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, Sheffield United thankfully have lost 3 on the bounce, so they're not in the best of form. But I would not like to be going into a game against them thinking we need to get something. So my hope is that if we can get something against Sheffield Wednesday, then it means when we face Sheffield United, it's not the biggest of matches. But yeah, we'll see if that is the case or not. You only gave me half your code, drafts. Well, I say half, it was like 2/3 of it. There is that hope as well, yeah. I mean, ideally, if Leeds have wrapped up promotion, they'll just be on their holidays, as it were. But the last thing I want really is to be going to Derby on the last day of the season needing a win. I mean... do you mean look at your account? I can have a look at your account, yeah. But yeah, fingers crossed we don't have to face them last day of the season needing something, because that would just be not very fun. I don't think I've got you on your drafts. Also, that score's not looking very friendly. There we go. Yeah, so you're 5.1. Who are we talking about? Just 1 second, let me... 1 minute 9 there. It doesn't show this week until next week. It's how it works, so I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday it uploads. Yeah, you can't actually see it on here yet. Yeah, essentially, we get the... Every match that isn't a Saturday 3 PM kickoff, we get on Tally now. At least in the Football League rather than the Premier League. Premier League, yeah, mostly 3 PM kickoffs are still the only ones not televised, but say those are in Europe and they play but they're not on Tally, they still have the Sunday kickoffs, which are a bit weird. Premium shouldn't have a part to play with Swagger GG. You've won 1, lost 2 this week, right? I mean, I know you've had some rough luck in the past drafts. General Kenobi to you, DePonch. How you doing? Oh, yeah. I saw you got 1-2 for the previous 2. I called the name of one of them and I was like, seems familiar. I don't think I actually know him, but it just seemed a familiar name. Oh, what was it? That was it, Grandmoth Sandwich. Something about it just made me go, I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere before. Maybe it's just one of those names that kind of goes around. We haven't done GAC yet. I'm just doing my fleet climb. I think we've got 1 more battle after this, and then yeah. Fingers crossed we can get a win, but both our opponents have attacked and they've put up good scores. Drafts GP was 5.1 T-Max. Oh yeah, I did see it. I forgot message because I wasn't in the game at the time, so I thought I can't remember what it is offhand. You can have a look in this app. It's a thing compared to, say, like Marvel Strike Force, where there's a campaign and you have like I don't know if it's still the same, but it's how I felt when I was playing that game, where the campaign battles all had a certain vibe to them, like you needed certain teams to beat them. I feel like a lot of the fleet and hard nodes in Swaggo, you kind of forget what beats them after a while. Generally the hard nodes, as long as you've got a Galactic Legend ally, you can get through them, and then the fleet battles, the adage we have is if you got Houndstooth, you can win it. This guy is really persistent in staying at the top of the shard. So I'm assuming, Drafts, you're talking about one of these 3. I'm sure you mentioned Nest, but I don't know if you did mean Mando or Punishing One. Right, so the Amphis one, that endurance. Yeah, honestly, this does strike me as something where it's just a case of if you've got a Houndstooth built up or not. Because endurance fleets don't have a lot of actual offense. So yeah, you should be able to just tank the damage. Bring in Xanadu Blood, that way you get Retribution, that way if they try and cleanse anything you can just counterattack. Yeah, maybe a little more gear wouldn't hurt. This is the thing, right? I go in, but I know all my ships are overpowered, so I'd just floor it. It wouldn't be educational, it'd just be me doing a battle. It is the trouble with Fleet, it does become quite different. Like, what I've got now, it's just, it would absolutely floor anything in those nodes. R5's probably a good standard. I mean, R5's generally a good minimum. You know, R3, that's what some things are asked for at requirements, like Galactic Legends, but R5's probably the best thing. I am generally curious at how quick a Leviathan could beat that. Not because the Leviathan's overpowered, but it's such a slow fleet in some ways that it's not like, say, like if I did a 3-man Profundity, it's not the same as doing a 3-man Leviathan. You know, it's a lot more effort with that. Both would still win, but it's just a case of which one's more like pulling your teeth out. Yeah, I mean, Revan's solid. I would say Jolie and Bastila are decent as well, whilst you're building up Revan, Malik, etc. Don't need to put too much effort into Mission and Zalbar. Although saying that, it's a weird little tangent, but arguably there is a benefit to taking Mission and Zalbar higher now if you wanted to put an Omicron on Zalbar. Because, I mean, maybe you guys could contradict me, but that is probably a good early game Omicron. You know, it'll probably do some decent things on defense in 5v5 and clear some decent things on offense in 3v3. And you could use a Datacron. You know, no matter what the gear level is, pretty much. Oh, I didn't know that. That is good. I mean, I haven't actually seen what Karth's been doing. The few I've seen on defense, I know they're quite easily beaten. So it's actually quite good to know what it is beating on offense. Okay. I mean, feel free, say what you've got spare, as it were. Okay, is that like Kylo Ren Unmasked? Is it Phasma? Oh, you got hooks, right? Okay. Hooks lead's interesting. I do miss using that quite regularly. I mean, I don't know about everyone else. I'd say Kylo Ren is the better leader in terms of defensive viability. I have to say, though, I did enjoy Hooks just for the fact that it's probably the worst of the leads, but that counter chance and the extra offense, I think it was. I tripped up a few times to that, but it was kind of fun being tripped up by it because it was just funny. Like, I'd taken bounty hunters thinking, right, I'm going to swarm them, and then they'd just literally delete my Bossk. It made you feel like an idiot, but it was pretty fun. You know, it's like, okay, I won't do that again. Executioner, I'm guessing you're talking about? I mean, Red Trooper, Sith Trooper, that's solid in those teams. You probably want something on the lines of Kylo Ren on Mask, General Hux, Kylo Ren as in the Masked one, and then you've just said those two, Red Trooper or Sith Trooper and First Order Executioner. Those are probably the 5 you'd want. Maybe First Order Officer instead of one of the last two. Or even First Order Stormtrooper. We're nearly there. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stream on time today. We had a... For those of you who aren't in the UK, right, we had this weird system at the moment where we have to call up our doctors at 8 AM on the day we want an appointment. Don't know why we've come to this place of doing things, but it is how it is at the moment. So, both me and Mum had to call up for separate things. And Mum got an appointment for 3 o'clock today, which is usually my stream time. Thankfully, she got one a little earlier because they had a cancellation. But, yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to be here on time. So, one of those where you think, thank God for cancellations. Yeah, that would be helpful if you got the Omni on the pilot, but probably not one you want to apply, really. You know, if you've got it, you got it. If you haven't, don't go and get it, kind of thing. I say it like that because on my main account here, I've got Phasma and FOTP, obviously, for Slacker, but I've not put an Omni on either, and it's like... If I had spare Omnis, I'd do it, but it's just not non-spare. Yeah, I'm a bit like that on Crimson. I've got FO... Well, I can't regret FOTP. I don't mind Phasma so much because I do place it on TW Defense. But yeah, the FOTP one, I mean, I've been using it on defense this season, and it has had a few holds, but I think it's more people underestimating it more than it's actually good. Sure. Alright, that's what Draft's got. Can I zoom in a bit? There we go. I mean, I would stand by that 4-3, so Crew, Kylo, Hux. I'd say First Order Stormtrooper's looking better than Red Trooper, so I'd do the top 3, Stormtrooper, and I'd do Officer. Either Officer or Executioner. I don't really know which one, to be honest, but yeah. It's a fair point, that. I mean, the thing is, you put Kylo Ren or Hux lead on defense. If someone's got Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, they're going to two-man it. So even if you're getting Malik soloed, you would then go from 69 loss to a 68 loss. So it is a banner better, but it's not ideal. Sometimes it is kind of okay to just sort of settle for what you've got, essentially, because you kind of get a vibe for when you've got essentially, I'm just thinking about myself. When I've been attacking, I'll have a moment when I'm looking at what I've not used, and I'm like, wow, I didn't use this team or that team. And you kind of realize, oh, I could probably afford to put more on defense, you know, that were more quality on defense. So I think until you're at that point, you don't really need to do it. It's more, you'll have that realization where you go, oh, I can afford to place this now, you know. Okay, quick recap for those of you who didn't see it on Friday. We did have a loss against Re-In Complex. We had a couple of trips. I don't think it was this wall, I think it was the back wall that did us. Alright, maybe not the back wall, top wall. I have slept a few times since then. There we go, yeah. We tripped up on JMK. I didn't do the Raver counter correctly. I'm assuming I didn't do it correctly because we lost. And I tripped up on DTMG trying to do Adrad. So, yeah, that was 2 bad losses. And did we trip on Fleet as well? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Okay. So yeah, fair play to Re-In Complex. They did what they had to do to stay in Kaibal 1. So we're aiming to get back there. We're up against X something or other. Hopefully it's not X-rated. Let's see what they've got. Here we go. Also, a double question mark guild. You know, you're like, come on, you've already got half your name in Mystery. Do you have to have a guild name in Mystery as well? Okay, let's see what we got then. So, we got GP advantage, 12.3 to 12.1. They've got more Zetas. I'm 314, they're 344. Omicron's 43 to 49. They've got all the GLs to my 7. Relics, I'm in the lead, 251 to 236. Let's have a look at the quality. They've got more 9s and 8s. I've got more 7s. They've got more 5s. Okay. Speeds, we're ahead. 100 on the 25s to their 40. 300 on the 20s to their 152. And 456 to their 343 on the 15s. Again, that's all good. Slightly more Datacron rerolls. Nothing standing out here. Maybe a little bit of a question mark there. Arguably there. Very fast slacker though, I'll give that its due. I mean, I say that, it's only 5 speed faster than mine, but still, it's 580. Anything else of note? They haven't got an Omicron on Aphra, so that's something they're missing. Boost Order Officer's a little bit fast, considering probably not needed now. Again, I don't know what Balin needs, but something tells me speed isn't the main thing. 330 does seem a bit fast for him. But yeah, I'd say that's fine. Alright, let's bring this up and let's see if we're facing what we expect. Oop, I didn't want myself. Balin's a tank, it's just tanks generally don't need speed. Or at least not a lot. Because at least that's how I'd think about it myself. Unless it's like a Malik who is more than just a tank. You'd want focus like on health or offense if it's like a Raver. Yeah, the score's a bit scary. Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't have thought he'd need to be that quick, but again, I will take your word out, Osprey, 'cause I've not even thought about modding Balin yet. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It's definitely me speaking without authority. Alright, so no surprises there. Okay. Well, if anything, I'm learning something. So, thanks to both of you there. I can see Galactic Republic drafts. I'm not entirely sure what you want me to comment on, though. You've got Relic, Padme, and GK. Yeah, it's like I said, I can see that. I mean, just in terms of what's better defensively, honestly, there's not a lot of difference between the two because, you know, you've got 2 Relics on the First Order Team 2 here, and you've got 3 Gear 12s on the First Order to 3 here, so yeah, there's not a lot of difference between them. They're both going full to similar banners, depending on what your opponent's got. Alright, let me just pull that back up. Gas is different. Yeah, a few of these seem different. Okay. That's where the priority's got to come draft. So if you get a GL, it just makes things a little bit better. Alright, they got Zalbar Army. Got Rey and Queenie, Saw. Okay, that muddies the plans as far as what the back wall is. Considering what my C is like, I'm almost tempted to do that. Yeah, I think that might actually be efficient. I mean, we'll clear this wall. I think the majority of this was down anyway, so we're only changing one thing. Okay. I mean, to be honest, with all this, with the banner discrepancies, I'm thinking, come on, CG, surely you've got to fix this soon. If anything, people are just doubting what they're scoring. Surprised I'm not a negative banners when it comes to Slacker. Alright, let's give this a crack then. We'll start on Karth. Where's Tuscans? Here we go. I didn't need to do that right now this minute, but might as well let them take a few turns. Oh, is it just transforms? Right. So if JML transforms, then that's when the bug kicks in. Again, that's good to know. I mean, that blows. Okay, well, let's just poke that. Oh, hang on, I've just realised you've got a revive, haven't you, sir? Not used to seeing Jolie on a on an Old Republic team yet. Nearly caught me out a second. Please die. Thank you. I do love you, Jolie, but not when you're my opponent. I mean, I'm assuming they'll fix it in the off-season. It's just a bummer that they haven't worked on it during the season. I mean, we're winning this, but it's a shame that we couldn't get banner recovery. Alright, 72 to kick off. I'm sort of mulling over because I seem to remember last time hearing about Kenobi being a bit of a counter to this. We should be fine though. Yeah, I've got to admit, I don't like the idea that someone knows and they're not playing accordingly. Ah, that's true. No, Ezra. I did miss that. Okay. Yeah, it's an issue if it's not just one. Roger, roger. Let's do that. Can we aim there? Actually, no, do that. Well, when I think drafts, I've been playing since 2018. Oh, wow, that was rough. You know, you started playing, was it 2023? Just saying, you know, give yourself time. And I say that just for the fact that, you know, it's, oh, friggin'. Okay. Yeah, we're losing here. Alright. Well, that's good to know. I wouldn't say it's GG. Well, okay. With the score, it is, yeah. But we can still go. We can still give it a go. See if we can just get some banners in. Alright, so... I'm thinking I should have put Starkiller in that team. Let's go here a minute. Yeah, I imagine that's a bit rough not having them too. Yeah, I would agree, but when you think about it, it's Alpha Band's going this route, isn't it? Which, at point being, whichever way we were kind of damned. Yeah, Luthien isn't like a must-have. I feel like he's useful. I do like having him on my main, but there are rounds when I haven't been using him, so he's not like vital. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm going to give it a go as best I can. Don't need tryhard or anything. To my knowledge, MJ, you're probably one of the few players who's decided Bane is good on defense. Or maybe not good, but usable. $65. All right, we're going to use Layer here. Oh, not here, not here, not here. Layer here. Oh, no, not Tuskens. Yeah, my thought process is I want to see what the bat wall is. Layer was going to be used if we saw Ahsoka. So if we see Ahsoka, then it's just game over. Simply put. No, Ada's, Ada isn't Ada right now. Ada is... I've got the name of my server. And I've just realised I've got streamer mode on, so I won't be able to see it. I do have to keep track of Ada's name changes. It's like, okay, we're on this now. Let's do that. Ooh. Okay, old Ben took a bullet. Aegis, that's it. Right, let's just do that. We gotta go for Ray. We might get GK here. Yeah, we did. Cool. I couldn't remember if we'd done the TM removal then, so I thought let's just take a chance we have. Oop. Okay. All right, 38. We got through it. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't keep track in the sense of what they are. I just sort of keep track in the sense of, right, I know that that's Ada. Right, I said I was going to throw Raver at this, so let's do that. I feel like my pool of references are always small anyway. I've heard good things about Emma Frost, but I haven't played it too recently now. Honestly, yesterday I probably could have had a go because I was a little bit free, but honestly, I just fancy playing something chill. I put on Uncharted. I haven't played any of the Uncharted games for years. It's kind of relaxing going back and playing the first one. Alright, we got a slug, and... Alright, we could deal with a slug, although I've never seen a Starkiller team like that before. Someone's cooking. I almost want to give him the win for trying it. Alright, so we haven't lost the round based on using Leia. That's something. At least in terms of Leia versus Ahsoka. Yeah, he's cooking. Dark side on the line Force user, light side on the line Force user, Jedi and Sith. If it's a Starkiller team. Yeah, I mean, it's something. I've got no idea if it's good or bad. You know, I'm like, it could be worldly, it could be absolute dog. But, yeah, something. I don't mind testing it for him as well. It's like, go on, I'll be a guinea pig, see if it works or not. I'd rather see that than Ahsoka. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, someone's having a bit of fun there. Yep, burn, baby, burn. Let's get rid of 2. Or 3. Oh, okay. I thought we'd got Bulba then, but I didn't realise we were blinded. Zareth pointed something out about the Dabba Bulba datachron. That one of the levels does state that all Bounty Hunter allies gain Bounty Hunter's Resolve. And I didn't twig until he said it that you could actually throw it on Jabba. I mean, it'd be expensive in terms of if you didn't want to use it on Bulba, you'd use it on Jabba, but it would be kind of cool. Just having them constantly reviving. Yeah, my Aphra team does pull up some trees. Right, I figure we just Bane. I don't know if Bane can do it, but I'm like, let's try Bane. Let's just pop that. All right, one down. Lovely. Okay, so we're exiled. This is where things could get a bit funky. I mean, it's testing in the sense of can Bane actually do this, and right now I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this Ezra is really damn evasive. I'm putting that down to the Relic 9. He does have evasion mastery, doesn't he? There we go. I mean, 65, that's still par. Ah, that's a fair point, yeah. Just realised there's no Finn Zeta there. Oh, I so wish Cup had a Kron that would let me one shot. Schedule 1? I'm guessing that's something I've never heard of. Ah, okay. I remember something about Palworld and Pokemon and, like, I never heard what happened with that, but Palworld kind of died. Or at least it felt like it did after initial buzz. Yeah. It's definitely something that, out of context, this conversation does sound a little bit odd. I'm sure that's what all the mums and dads say. All right. That wall's down. We can make up banners with C. I say make up banners, just to be clear, I'm not anticipating winning this Grand Arena, just try and put a respectable score on the board now. I think that's a fair ambition. Right, let's do that. I feel like my C didn't get the message. Yeah, we're out it for sure now. Alright, I've got to look at the cron. Hang on, you're not a cron. There was bulk. A little bit of offense and crit damage, but nothing crazy. Maybe that's just a sign of where my C is. It can't deal with it. Bit of a bummer that though. You shouldn't need a lot for that. You know, I'll say that as a hill to die on. I think it was 40% health. You know, I didn't leave him with no DC or nothing useful. What happened is I couldn't relink gas. That's where the battle fell apart, but I kind of I don't know why he didn't lose all his protection. It's as if he went down too quick. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe he needed less health or something. But surely not. I don't think it was. Oh no, it was a light side cron. Yeah, it's like I say, that's what got me, the fact that I didn't actually get a chance to keep him down permanently. Let's just... Oh, hang on. Let's just daze you so that you don't go smacking us all. I don't know why I'm even focusing on Qui-Gon. There you go, just have that. Hey up, Brad. How you doing? Right, thanks for the information there, Vival. I mean, it's something that in general I've always felt comfortable doing, so the idea that that's now been muted by the bulk cron, that's good info. Because I hadn't heard anything about it. I did stuff about, I think it was CLS being harder to win against Gas if Gas had armor pen. But yeah, that was about it. Can I just get rid of this dude? Thank you. You good? Ready to unlock Executor tomorrow? GG's. Go and say. I'll say GG's, more like good luck. I mean, the event isn't the fun one, shall we say, but I'm sure you'll do fine. Yeah, I've just realised I'm doing the wrong counter. Thanks for the follow, Vivale. Let's do that. Bit of tenacity down. And send in the birds. JMK, Jabber, and Executor is a nice trio to kick off with. I'm assuming Profundity and JML are on the radar. Alright, let's do that. There's no Marin here, so we can afford to focus fire a bit on the Great Mothers, assuming Morgan is polite and stays feared. Or doubted. Doubtful. Doubtful. Doubtful? Okay, at this rate, let's just try and get rid of Morgan. I think the Great Mothers are just going to be a bit annoying otherwise. There we are. I'm almost tempted to switch mine to offense. This question mark I keep having in the sense of, is it worth having something on defense if it's got a very easy counter? But you need something on defense. It feels like, because obviously there's counters to everything, you're always sort of weighing up, is it worth it? I don't know. Alright, let's knock these three out and then we can see how far behind we would have been. So, this. I did hear about a Radis counter to this. I don't know if it has any legs or if it was just like one of these things that have been touted. I'm pretty sure it was specifically with Hounds 2 starting. Okay. 3 concussion mines on punishing one. Make that 4. Ooh, okay. Let's all go in here. Another one over there. And hopefully, punishing one in a minute will take a turn and die. Or just die to an AoE, cool. That's not groovy. Right, you're stunned, so you can die. I did have a logic there. It feels bad when the logic sort of backfires a little bit, but there was a logic. It's just Executive ruined it. We should still get 75 here if I play smart. Ugh. We need to recover a banner there. I don't think I can do it. $74? Yeah. Alright, we're going to do Profundity here. No reinforcements. And you know what, we'll go for a mass assist, just see if we can get some damage out there. Heals up, of course it does. Just smack it. Alright, we're not getting the assists. That'll do. Base it. Alright, that's okay. We are at slight risk here with comeuppance. Like that. When a round's not going for you, it ain't going for you. Yeah, if there's one thing Harlan's not good at, it's soloing. Well, it's going to be a turn up if we manage to solo it, let's say that. Well, we got rid of the Radis. Alright, 1v1, I actually do back it now. Let's just pass a turn so we can wiggle. Try and get banners back again. Oh, you little 70, I mean, I suppose that's the price for not reinforcing. Okay, let's do that. I always feel like I go too fast when I'm using this account. With this fleet, it's like my Ray will always take a turn before comeuppance comes in. It's very weird. Oh, nearly. Such unfortunate there. Alright, not great health banners there, but I think everything else looked okay. 72. How far behind were we? Yeah, 1787. Quite a way. 48 off. So, if I had to drop the 2, I'd have still been about 8 behind. So, yeah. I mean, GG's to the fella, whoever they are. But yeah, it does mean we're in Kaiba 2 for the off-season, which is a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to have gone in Kaiba 1 for the off-season, but oh well. Plus side is, it means I'm not facing Kaiba 1 level opponents at the start of the next season, so swings and roundabouts. Alright. Let's claim that. Let's get to Crimson. Oh, we got a calendar as well. Just popped up on my screen before I left. And we got some Conquest Ascension stuff. I'm actually going to leave that for a minute, just because I don't know if it's going to register it if I claim it now. It might be alright, but I'm like, I'd rather leave it and claim it when I know Conquest is active. Yeah, I'm about as excited as if I had diarrhea, but we're going to get through it. Just like if you had diarrhea. This is where I am with the whole thing, right? I actually wouldn't mind it that much if TB wasn't the same day. More TB Phase 1. You know, if Conquest started, say, Friday or Saturday, even though I wouldn't be happy still because that's kind of like starting at the weekend, I'd think, okay, at least it's not starting on the busiest day of TB. You know, it's like these sort of merge them to make it the worst possible day. And then if you got your raid launching at the same time, or your raid on at the same time. Yeah. I'm grateful that the raid isn't on, let's say that. Sorry, I know I just made a glibber remark about diarrhea, but what I will say, there's a TV advert on right now where, for some reason, it's advertising something called Pepto-Bismol, and it's something for like diarrhea and other things. And whenever they do a song for it in the advert where this builder guy just goes diarrhea, and I'm like, it's such an odd thing to do a bloody song about. Like, maybe it's just like the UK advertising's different, because I've seen advertising in Mexico, which is not dissimilar, I think, to what the US adverts are like. And I'm like, I feel like the US are more upfront about what they want in adverts, whereas over here we're a little bit more subtle. So someone just singing about diarrhea, it's like, oh, all right, let's get away from that topic. We'll claim that. And we'll claim this. Alright, so 1729, they've made a little slip up, so that's something good for us. We did win against Master XL33. They tried to take down my Executor and tripped, so I assumed they thought, right, I can't win on banners, so I'm not doing anymore. I'm guessing that was their logic. So this round we're up against Wise Noah. Yeah, I feel like there's a religion joke in there, but I'll pass on that. Let's do that. Alright, never heard of that guild. Atori. Let's see, 11.3 to 12.2 million GP. 287's 8 is 331 their side. Omicron's 37 to 30. The missing 2 GLs. Ahsoka and Lord Vader. Good for us. Ralix, 184 to 228, so a bit of a gap. Let's see what the numbers are. 4 to 17 on the Rallic 9s. 15 to 26 on the Rallic 8s. We're ahead on the 7s, 82 to 59. Okay. I saw that on a guild advert earlier. I don't know why I was on a guild advert page, but for whatever reason I was on there. And I saw they were asking for like a certain number of Rally Gates and Rally 9s, and I'm like, it caught me by surprise, let's say that. I'm like, I can understand that you look for mod scores and for like raid teams and all these kind of things, but I've never really thought, oh yeah, if someone hasn't got X amount of Rally Gates or 9s, it's a no-go. I could maybe get it for rote, you know, as far as, alright, you need to be able to do rote missions, but just in general, I found it a bit of an odd one. Alright, 25 speeds, 54 to 32, 20s, 210 to 199, so not the biggest of gaps. And they're ahead on the 15s, I'm 372 to 40. Let's try that again, 372 to 437. More Datacron rerolls. Not a well-built Iden. Okay. Little bit intriguing. Hey, nice one. I've said it recently, I think it might have been to you, Brad, but Malik's definitely one of those tunes you have a bit of fun with. Let's see what we got here. So no drops on Queen Amidala, Gas, JMK or Ray. Where it'd be nice if we got Ezra earlier. They've dropped on my Ewoks, Yubnum. And they dropped on Finn Zori. So, alright, we'll take that. No drops on Finn or Trench. No drops on the Batwall, so DTMG, GG, and Dash all unscathed. And Fleetwall, ooh, it took him 3 to get down Executor. Okay, we can see where the banners went. Let's see what we're facing then. Jabba. DTMG, Qui-Gon, but instead of Great Mothers, it is Malgus. Down here, CLS, Rey, Enoch. Instead of Bam, it's the Great Mothers. Okay, so a little switcheroo. What to do about these? If C's knocking about, I would like to see it. Yeah, let's move that around. Then we can do Bad Batch on Qui-Gon, maybe. I didn't see if Caloran was in there. He is. Maybe we're doing Quisters then. Ooh, wrong window. Try again. Last outing for the Grand Inquisitor. And then we've got stuff for the Batwall, potentially. Honestly, I think Fleet is always the most important thing, so I would be tempted to advise going for Profundity over the other two. But after that, I would say JKL. So, yeah. That's the way I'd go. Hey, Gav. It's Bit Dynasty's website, so I'll go for life. Yeah, I've been using this now for quite a while. It's just great for like visualizing what we're doing in GA. Just have to remember to put as many units down as I can. I was talking about Profundity. I would go for that before going for, in order, Luke, then Jabba. Alright, let's start on this wall then. We'll do Imps versus Great Mothers first. And that looks like an alright team. Ooh, not you. Well, at least not there. Okay, got that sorted. Righty then. Alright, pop that on, Dark Trooper, will ya? Let's spread the buff, spread the turn meter. Let's get this choo-choo train going. Punchy punchy. That's it. Bye-bye, Morgan. And say, bye-bye, Ducks. And then, bye-bye, Talia. Go on, I'll give you another go. In your own time. There we go. Nice one. And yeah, bye-bye, Spirit. Nice and clean 75 to kick off. 25% TM on Gav. Although, if you've got the speed, you can usually do it. I think. Like my Yets, I think it's 359, so if you get the first turn, you can probably roll them. I get the feeling this is going to be me in the future as far as I've got 3 R9s and then a bunch of not really great Imperial Remnants. It just looks kind of sad, doesn't it? The one I've heard that can... in terms of like the best performing defense team, it's got... Let me get this right. It's Great Mothers, Morgan, Merrin Zombie, Night Trooper. I don't know if it does stop the Imps, but I know that's the best performing defensive team. And that was about a week or so ago as well, so it could have changed in that time. I've been meaning to change it on my main as well, and I keep forgetting. Right, let's pop Star Killer in here. There we go. Nothing too fancy in terms of crons. I don't really want to use that because it's got decent health on it, so I think we do go for this one, which was just plain old starting with turn meter. No problem, Gav. Yeah, that's one of the issues I've had on my main as well. I haven't got range at Rowlet there, so I've had to throw an Iden and it's not the same. Alright, let's just punch this guy down a minute. And let's throw a grenade. And let's do it again. You guys do not get turn meter. If anything, you're hurting my Uncle Ben here. Alright, can we bring this guy down? Alright, nice 65. What's next on the agenda? Ufu's Ray. I've got to say this, by the way. I do feel weird when I was Ralliking Fulcrum, because it's like, I said, right, stop at 7. But you do have that urge to just say, shouldn't I just do the 9 now and get it out of the way for whenever I do Ahsoka? But it's one of those where you can't just throw a 9 down. But you know you gotta do it at some point. It's so weird leaving it, but yeah. Alright, let's just throw some rocks. Nothing too crazy there, I think. You have Seer on defense usually? I'm going to say, for me, Seer's like one of these staple offense teams, for me personally. But, hey, each their own, Brad. Let's see if we can delete their Fulcrum. Nice one. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't signal data, I'd be more inclined to give it a go. It's just, signal data is the absolute worst. Alright. I didn't like how the one went on Tamin with this, so anything better than that is good. That didn't sound right. I am going to stun Ben. I know it won't actually do anything for damage, but I just kind of like the idea that he's not going to just smack me with something. Also, look at all them stacks on Aaron. Minus 2% defense per stack. We could actually do with using them. Yeah, throw him. Oh, you gotta love it. All right. Let me just revisit the plan again. He's doing Malgus. Just questioning if there's something better than using Bane here. I mean, Treya's not really involved, but Bane is better banners. Yeah, we'll use Bane. If it turns out it goes how we're thinking, then Bane's... I might as well use Bane. I'll throw Maul in here. Actually, sod it. We'll do stat. Alright. Time to suck. And let's aim at Chewbacca. And again. Nice one. 3PO Kron. Oh, CLS Kron, right. More reason to target CLS. Alright, we've got an ad break incoming on Twitch, so I'm going to just try and wrap this up fast. Alright, 65. Let's get that ad break out the way, but before we do, let's see what we're facing. Seer, Gungans, and Sana. Alright, interesting little group to face. I'll see you in 90 Twitch. Unless you're subscribed, of course. So it's not salty. I mean, we've got Slacker free. So I think we swap that there. Do Lord Vader there. I feel like JML's alright there. I don't feel concerned about trying that there. All I know is we haven't got Piatti here, so that feels safer. And there's, I know Rolo's in there, but there isn't a lot of damage in that Sana team, is there? Either way, I think we'll deal with this North Wall first. Alright, welcome back, Twitch. let's get the First Order in here. Kinda won't go weak, but I know that's not a good idea. Let's take that one. I would say that's a wise call, Brad. Executor's going to hold up your opponents. Negotiator's still pretty useful on offense. What I would just say, if you got punishing one, that will definitely be helping you. If you haven't got it, I'd try and put it on the priority list to farm because it really beefs up your Executor. Right. Let's poke over there. One advantage of being able to ignore taunt. And I can't mass assist, so I might as well just swipe. And we'll poke again. How rude. Alright, finally, we can call assist. Let's just land some on Chrysanthemum. Nice one. Let's target Embo there. I was hoping for one more hit there. I actually thought we might lose Hooks then, but he's hanging in there. $60 banners. Alright, could have been better. Let me have a look at this. I can have a quick look, Brad, yeah. I might be doing something silly. I do try to be an entertainer. Right, face it. Okay, we got the ult. Alright, let's pop that there. Ooh. Okay, the ability block again is not nice. And again, another ability block. Oh, okay. I was greedy. I deserved that one. I felt like I could give it a go for the simple fact that we had got other things available, but oh, it's a shame that. Alright. And I don't see it, but maybe it's somewhere else. Let me have a look on my dashboard. Sorry, I can't actually see your ally code, Brad. That's why I was having a look there. I wondered if it was like an error on my side or not. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you've done it, but it's not there still. I know what you mean, YouTube can be funny. I was doing roster reviews on YouTube, but I stopped because it was a little bit awkward. I can just say, by the way, I don't know if this is a counter or not. Ah, there we go. Cheers, Brad. Twitch is a bit more friendly with it. Fracture there, I guess. I know debuffs heal them up, that's why I kind of had a moment of realization where I was like, hang on, why am I trying this counter? But part of my reasoning was, you never see anyone taking Malgus to beat Lord Vader, so it's like, surely there's a reason. It could just simply be that people don't want to use Malgus that way, I don't know. Alright, one down. I've made it harder to beat, let's say that. I quite literally played with my food. I mean, I'm not really helping because I'm throwing debuffs around like it's nothing, when in fact that's healing this team up. But there's a bit of me where I feel like I need certain debuffs just to land some damage. Alright, can we pump on in? No, we're too early. Alright, that's better. Fracture you. Merciless. We'll just do ability block, and cull. Ooh, a bit early. Ooh, okay. There we go, we got him. I mean, if anyone ever wonders, you can go, right, Lord Vader can do this, it's just not ideal. You know, if you've got like a list of counters in your head, you think, maybe don't do this one. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even think about doing this, so I'm not exactly sure who that would be, but hey ho. Fracture, please, thank you. We've got a minute still, we don't need to hurry. There we go, we got our banners back. There we go. Pull. Pass that to Lord Vader. There we go. 30 seconds on the clock, 45 banners. Like I said, I definitely played with my food there. Do not try this at home. Jedi. Let's get some Jedi in here. Jedi scum. Right. AoE. Zuli, hello though. Hello though. Hello there. Let's pass turn to JKL second. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't convinced it was going. I wasn't convinced I was going to get through. Let's say that. Yeah, not exactly my finest hour choosing that as a counter, because JML would have got through it a lot smoother, and Lord Vader probably would have beat this, but I'd kind of got it in my head that I was going to do this counter here, so I messed with my own mind a little bit. Let's do that. And can I just base it there? Cool. You've got double blades, so let's switch to that. We'll mark. Go on. How I see it, I think it's going to be interesting because I'm glad Naboo's going to be ending soon enough. But the trouble is you don't know what the next one's going to be. It's like, I had this feeling when Endor ended that sometimes it's better the devil you know. And my feeling is a bit like that now. It's like, I don't particularly enjoy Naboo, but it could be worse. Yeah, I mean, I think that might be the best way of describing it, Zuli. You know, if you need it, you've got it, but it's probably best not to need it. But yeah, that's my main aim. I mean, I respect the fact they want a challenge. They don't want people to just be saying, right, if I have these relics, I win automatically. I get the fact that they want some challenge in there, but it's got to be like a technical challenge. You know, it can't be all RNG. Or it shouldn't be. I mean, this is where the old raid system was better, because there were so many characters in the game that you were able to theory craft over how to improve your score. Whereas with the current system, once the raid's been worked out, it's just on farm for months. You know, and it just gets awkward for all parties because we don't want RNG, but they don't want to be solved fast, so neither party's happy. Alright, Malgus on Seer. I was toying with doing this, by the way. Putting, what's her face? Shin and Marek with Seer. I didn't think it was worth it, because those who were already there do a job, but I suppose if you want Cal somewhere else, it's good. Obviously, if you haven't got Balin. Yeah, I've been doing the same, T-Max. It's definitely helped. I'm a little annoyed I didn't think of Plo beforehand, to be honest. I always say that he's my little prince, and yeah, I was a little bit bummed I didn't work that one out. But yeah, it has helped me a little bit. I'm toying if I should just put a little bit more into the team, though. It's like I've got Mace on my favourites on my main, and I'm thinking, he's R5 right now. He's not a bad character. So it's like, should I take him to R7 so I can just bump up my Cala and Bet team that little bit to get full R7? You know, with like the new raid not long away, it feels madness. But Like I say, Mace isn't a bad character. Raven's being worked on. He is being worked on. She's gear 12 now. He was a bit Karatech starved when I locked in though. Yeah, I'm sure there's something about Mace actually stopping, or not necessarily stopping, but having some specific ability to counter someone. I don't know if it was Ahsoka or maybe it was Leia, but I remember hearing about it and I was like, oh, that's cool. If anything, it does free up GK a little bit. You never know, we might. We haven't said we can't. Where I did find it a little bit funny how everyone got the knickers in a twist about the idea that Lord Vader wouldn't be usable, and I'm like, maybe we're getting another Galactic Legend. Was it Queen Amidala? Right. And so Jabba makes sense as well, just being able to get around the Chrysanthemum Taunt. I'm guessing that's because it pulls people out of stealth. Slow down. You're taking way too many turns. I'm like, please, I would like a turn. Thank you. That was way too many turns, Gungans. You scared me. I did not want to get rolled. That was a nice daze. Alright, let's pop that. And let's aim for Jar Jar. Deathmark was perfect. 15 stacks of Whistling Birds. Make that 20. And alright, one survived. We can make amends there. Alright. Last up, Sana. Did I have a plan for Sana? Oh, I was going to Lord Vader it. Well, that went out the window. Alright, I'm going to try a little... I'm in two minds. I don't know if I'm going to do Night Sisters, simply because sometimes if I use Night Sisters, it's someone's kit, you know. The other thing would be... bloody forgot what I was going to say now. It was going to be Qui-Gon. Treya's the other shout, but I didn't know if Treya was just overkill. I was trying to see if there's something maybe a bit more fun. Probably I do need Treya, to be fair, but... I mean, we know what the Sarnacron is, but yeah, they got the evasion. Oh. Go on, we'll do Treya. This is where Datacrons do annoy me, because I know they do create variety, but equally there's a point when it's like, alright, I can't do the fun thing, so I have to do the sensible thing. I know that could be the case anyway, but... I don't know. Maybe. Go on, we'll do that. I would like it if you didn't pass Terminator around. Okay. I've had bad experiences with Rollo doing that. Let's just prod you. Yeah, of course. So, yoink. Alright, that was rude. That was rude. Have that. I mean, it was silly of me. I should have killed Harm first, but still, it was rude of them to nuke Talon like they did. Alright, kill you. Oh. Apparently we don't kill you. Could have sworn we got a kill shot then. Guessing Kara didn't get the message. Come on. Nice one, 61. Okay, Executor, Radis, Malevolence. Downside for me is it means I've got to do, well, I haven't got to do, but I will end up doing Profundity versus Malevolence, which has not been going well for me recently. Alright, let's just basic over that. We'll basic again. And we'll heal. Might as well stun punch him one so it doesn't do anything. And now we can do the AoE. They've still got tenacity up, so I'm going basic. Ooh. I was not expecting that. Yeah, we're going to get countered. Okay. I really don't like Slave 1 here. Yeah, I can't get around it because we're not there yet. Right, punch him one down. Just get rid of you. Smack you. Alright, you didn't like being smacked, I respect it. Ability block's nice. Let's just make sure you don't do anything silly like reinforce Hound's Tooth. Or one banner drop for protection, 74 though. I can't believe I'm leaving bleeding Profundity on the bench. But I trust this more than I trust Profundity against Malevolence. That's absolutely crazy. I doubt it. We've got Mace already. I don't think they're going to do more for episode 3. I mean, it's funny to think it's 10 years since Force Awakens came out. Alright, not nice. Alright, one basic. Okay, maybe not. Alright, Force Taunt on Ray is not nice. Ugh, okay. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna lose comeuppance here. Ugh. It's filthy. What did I say about finding this better than Profundity? This is all because we didn't get the Geo with the Ray AoE. Oh. Tales of the Underworld, I think you're talking about. I mean, I think Andor's going to be good. There's nothing that makes me think otherwise, but Tales was a little bit of a disappointment last time. Hopefully they've filled it out a bit better this time. I only say that because I honestly went into the last one thinking, oh yeah, with Barriss and Morgan as the two focus points, I thought it'd be really difficult to actually underwhelm with that. Yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. Yeah, Krennic's going to be in it somewhere. Saying that, Ben Mendelsohn, it feels like if people have got the opportunity to work with him, they should, because he's really good in what he does. I've said it before, I didn't mind the Acolyte. It takes a lot for me to not like things Star Wars related, to be fair. There we go. Yeah, that was something I do wish I had at that point. I'll be honest. I got, I think, Gear 8, Lando and L3. So it would have at least come in, but it wouldn't have been pretty, let's say that. But yeah, valid point, Kader. 1802 though. Even though we weren't efficient, we were more efficient than wise. So we will take it. The 2-1 for the week. Solid way to finish the free-to-play. And yeah, I'd say we're done. I mean, TB starts in 28 minutes. Let's have a quick look at Brad's roster before I go. Wait, what was that message at the bottom? Oh wow, that was a very long message. There's a point when you sort of go, wow, you've somehow managed to actually type all of that. Alright, so it's nearly 666. Hey, you've got a Mace Windu R7. That's just considering we've been talking about it, that's quite interesting. But yeah, you mentioned your gas at R9. And Revan at R6 is something I kind of want myself. Well, not even R6, R7, you know. I feel like being able to use Revan in TB a bit more would be nice. Yeah, you got to bump your cal up a little bit, especially with two armies. I mean, granted, actually, no, you do need him at R7 for Bracca, so yeah. Ooh, you went for the Lumi on me. I think I remember you telling me about that, actually. Maybe I'll have some use with the Jedi Vanguard faction. Yeah, maybe that Omicron will kick in somewhere with those Vanguards. Yeah, need to give you Revan some love. I'm guessing there's a few Lightspeed bundles here, like Ezra, Lando. Ooh, Mara's a big miss. I'm gonna say Mara could really be helping out. I'm a little surprised that the Cup bundle wasn't bought. You know, even if you're a bit casual and, you know, $4.99, it's there's one that's meme worthy. Also, a touch surprising Nest hasn't got any love. Mon as well. Mon's pretty nice for early game. But yeah, nothing too crazy stands out. Like, you know, things. Obviously, those that I just mentioned down here, but nothing too crazy that hasn't been built. I mean, 3PO and Chewie, that is one that could do work. If you go towards the Profundity farm, Jin will get built. That's handy. Adrad down here. I didn't clock him. Yeah, not unlocked. Yeah, that's a bit rough. But yeah, I'd say you're in a good position. Just a few at the bottom end that could do with leveling up, because that'd at least improve certain teams. You know, like I say, Mara's a big miss. Obviously, not having Trey is a big one as well. But yeah, it's still looking solid. Okay. Just one last thing before I clock off, and this is just more because when I clock off, I'm not playing the game for a bit. I want to see if I can do these gear pieces. Hey, we got it. I haven't been in my store for a little bit, so I haven't been able to do this level upgrade. Yeah, honestly, you've got the time, you'll do it. It's like everything in the game, there's always a bit of a backlog. I thought I'd do and Jawa early just for the fact that not even just them two. I thought I'd do Gammy and Mob and just try and get a few of those Jabba tunes that aren't Cairo intensive done. I've got to pause whatever Cantina farm I'm doing soon and get Aura finished as well. She's just eluding me a little bit. I'll probably do it after I finish Zombie. I'll say Zombie and then I'm looking at DTMG and Baze. DTMG could do with going to 7 and Baze R5. Ooh, they aren't easy. Oh, well, it's a problem for another day. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up here. Now, I have said this last stream, but just for those of you who weren't here, I am going to stream this week. Well, when I say this week, I mean like in the off week. Now, I'm in a couple of minds about what to stream. So, part of me is thinking, if I can find it, that I'm going to play for the first time Star Wars Republic Commando. In that, I've never played it before. I know it's got a bit of relevance with Swagger right now because of Scorch, so I'm intrigued about the character, all that. But the one that's also on my mind, which I don't think I've got from Steam, is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. So I don't know which one I'm going to end up doing. It might be that I do Commando now, and then once I finish that, go to Guardians of the Galaxy. But it was something on my mind, so if either of those intrigue you, do let me know. But yeah, that's us wrapped up for the day. Feels like a short one when Kamen's GAC kind of went belly up pretty fast, but you can only do so much. Right, I just had a notification saying I've got sponsorship options available, and I'm like, cheers. Alright, One Prat's on. I haven't really One Prat in a bit, so I'm happy to go over there. Alright. Quick thank yous to, if I can just get my dashboard on my screen. There we go. Quick thank you to Osprey for the resub and Vivale for the follow. Thank you very much to both of you. And yeah, let's get over to One Prat. So I'll start the raid. You guys enjoy your midweek. I don't even know what you.
Well, at the moment, JJ and all you lovely people that have just raided, we are